This is part 1 of the lesson on water environment. At the end of the course, students should be able to learn about the water resources and engineering, understand the human-induced changes in water environment, and identify and apply the engineering approaches in solving and addressing the issues and problems in water environment. In the course of the lesson, the following terminologies will be used. Basin is area where precipitation collects. Conceptual models are abstractions which can be both visual, graphical, and verbal, textual, but almost always implicit and informal. By implicit means understood or hinted. The terminology hydrologic cycle used in the lesson is the term used for water cycle. The term model means representation of a system, allowing simulation and analysis. The term parameter is a variable that is internal to the model. The water environment is part of the Earth system. The Earth system is characterized by the presence of physical interactions, chemical interactions, and biological interactions. Science and engineering projects can be at interaction with these elements of the environment. A project set 1 is prepared for the student to do. The student is to make a conceptual model and mathematical model to represent hydrologic cycle for a basin. The steps involved are as follow. Students will create the conceptual model of hydrologic cycle for a basin. Using the conceptual model, students will design a mathematical model of the hydrologic cycle for the basin. The student will analyze the effects through various input parameters to the mathematical model, how the changes in the hydrologic cycle affect the basin. This analysis can be done better using Microsoft Excel, wherein the student will be able to input various parameters, values of which may be changed, the changes of which will enable the student to see how these changes will affect the hydrologic cycle and hence affect the basin. One model in the water environment is the general water balance equation. A water balance equation can be expressed using the mathematical equation P minus R minus G minus E minus T equals ds, where P is precipitation, R is outflow minus influx, G is groundwater flow, E evaporation, T transpiration, and ds is change in storage. The water balance is inherent in nature. As a hydrologic cycle is happening. Water cycle involves evaporation from the surface of the water body. Moist air is lifted, cools, and water vapor condenses to form clouds. Water returns to the surface as precipitation. Water that falls on the ground may penetrate farther downward and becomes groundwater. The balance of water on the surface is the runoff, which empties back into the water body. Modeling the condition will enable one to quantitatively evaluate the surface atmospheric interactions. Models on water budget can be used for forecasting stream flow.